Hello everybody, this is Naomi. Today is day 3 on my 30-day challenge for myself. I am going to make an envelope flip book. I've never made one. I want to make one, want to learn how to make it, so I've set my challenge for the flip book for today. I am using A2 envelopes. I'm going to put 4 in the book. This is the paper pad that I'm going to use to make my envelopes and covers and stuff with. Okay, I've already cut my paper. You need 11-inch paper, and the covers for your book will need to be whatever size envelope you are using. I am using the A2, so you may use a smaller one, so your measurements are going to be different. But on this, with 4 envelopes, your length is going to be 11 inches. It may not be as wide, but it will be 11 inches long. So, let's get started from here. So, now what we're going to do, I'll pull out my scoreboard. And we are going to score at every half inch. Oops, I almost didn't go all the way down. No, that's not right. I goofed on that one. I'll just have to remember to make sure it's in the right spot. Okay, what I do here, since it's the smaller, I'll fold it. Put that fold in the corner. That way I can come back out with the half and keep going. And that way I know everything is still lined up the way that it's supposed to be. I would have brought my big scoreboard out, but it's one of the big Stampin' Up! So, now you decide, and they say to use a double-sided if you like. I don't have a lot of double-sided paper, so I want this to be on the inside, so we'll start folding up. And one thing I've learned, try to keep your paper as square as possible. That way it folds on top of each other. See how this one wants to be a little off? So you just kind of have to help it fold where it needs to fold. Okay, I'm going to keep folding these back and forth, and I will be right back once it's done. Okay, here we are, and see what I'm talking about keeping them flat as possible. That way, when these go together, it will all be the same. And this is going to be your inside. So, on my covers, what I have done, you don't need but one-sided. I double-sided mine. I think it's a little more durable. So, your first one will go in the very first valley. Like this. So your envelopes are going to go in the other valleys. But let's get you started on this, and I'll show you what we need to do. So we're going to need some score tape. So you're going to go valley, mountain, valley, mountain. When you hit the second mountain, put you a deal of tape on both mountains in the valley, in that valley, just like so. And then you're going to pull up go down in the valley, pull it up, and you're going to put tape on this one. Okay, so put your valley back together, pull up your next mountain, and then your next one you're going to put another roll of tape. Go here, you're going to go here. It's every other valley, basically. So you skip that valley, see the valley, bring that one up, and it's going to be in this valley. You skip that valley, and you hit the next valley. Going to fold her back up, skip this valley, see, skip that valley. Okay, so your one is going to go here in this valley. So I'm going to go ahead and put the tape in it, but we got to, the thing, whenever I watched the video, she kind of confused me just a little bit. It's every other valley pretty much on this. So I'm trying to make it as simple as possible for everyone, because it's in this valley. Skip a valley, this valley gets taped, pull that one together, skip a valley, this valley gets taped, this one doesn't, and so on. It just keeps repeating that cycle. Because see, this is your cover, your envelope, 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 envelope. You're going to skip that valley, and then your next one is going to be here. And I'm seeing that this is just a hair bit longer, so we will trim it off just a little bit. But I'm going to, before I cut it, we're going to make sure we've got everything we need. Okay, now fold her all back up. Take your, and give it another good rub. That way all of your tape settles. Okay, so I'm going to get my pick. I'm going to open up the first valley. And the first thing I'm going to do is put my cover on. And the easiest way I have found to do this is stand your paper up, stick your cord in the valley, push it firmly, and then squeeze in. And there is your starting of your cover. So, you're going to do the same thing with the next one. Pull your tape. And you can use glue. Glue just takes a little longer in my opinion. Now, this is where you decide whether you want your envelopes facing forward or you want them facing this way. Me, I want my first one going this way. So, fold your valley. Put your envelope in the valley, firmly into that valley. Push and squeeze it together. So, there's your first. Oh, and I goofed. Yep, see, even the best of us can make a mistake. So let me see if I can pull this apart before it attaches really, really good. And it looks like it already has, so I'm going to have to use another envelope. Because one thing you want to do is make sure this envelope is out this way, not that way. So, let's put another piece of sticky, and we'll try this again. I wasn't paying attention, but it happens. And I wanted to show you too, that's easy way to fix your correct. If you catch it early, you can correct it real quick. So just take your tape, relay it down, just like so. I'll use that one for my example. Now, undo this again. Undo that one again. Pull them all. Like I said, let's make sure this flap is on, and you can cut the flaps off if you wish. I prefer mine on. And squeeze the valley closed. So there's one envelope. We're going to take the other one off. And I face this one to it. So put your envelope in the valley. Make sure it's firm and too flush to the bottom. Squeeze it in. And there's your second envelope. So we'll do the next one. And you can decorate these any way you want. You can put anything you want in them. So there's that one. That's 3. And we got one more. And I think I measured when I measured these for everything to go in like it's supposed to. Because there's my 4 envelopes. That's my cover. 1, 2, 3, 4 envelopes. And then here is my back cover. So yes, we've got it just a hair bit long. So I'm going to take and clip this off real quick, because you don't need it there. I would rather left it there than be wrong later. So then pull these 2 off. This is I want this one for my back. So we're going to put it in the valley. Make sure it's firmly in that valley. And squeeze it together. Okay. Now here, we're going to fold it over. And we're going to start right here. We need to put tape here. skip that one. And then it'll be, you're going to put tape on every other one. See what I'm saying? Here, skip, here, skip. Here. Skip that one. Put it on this one. Skip that one. Put it on this one. Skip that one. Put it on this one. Skip this one. Put it on this one. Skip that one. Put it on this one. Skip this one. And put it on this one. So this is what's going to attach all of our books together back here, to where it gives it that accordion effect. And I like to take and make sure everything gets down good. Now we're just going to go back and start pulling this tape off. This is where you want to make sure everything is aligned perfectly. Okay, take this next one off. Take this next one off. That's why I love these pointy things. Line it good. That one. Pull that one off. There's that one. Pull this one off. Oh, let me get up here where you can see. I'm going to fold it over. Just like so. Take this one off. It over. Just like so. Mash it down good. Pull this one off. Squeeze it good. Take this one off. We got only 2 more left. And then we get to start decorating. There's that one. Oops. There's that one. And there's that. Like I said, now I come back and I always make sure it gets a good rub. I open it up, do the same thing in here. And there is basically your book. Now it's just time to start decorating. Okay, now I've got all my papers together that I'm going to cover the inside here and the inside flaps here, and I'm also going to do the flaps on the envelope. So I've got it drawn out where I've traced it here, so I'm going to cut it out, and I did the same with the envelope lid. I've got it cut out. So what I did as I traced it out, but see, I also cut down one side, so this will be my template for this piece here. And all I'm going to do here is lay my template in just like this, measure it off, and draw it out. And this will give me the fit I need to fit right here. So I'm going to cut all of these out, and I will be right back. Okay, now I have all my pieces cut out. Now I'm going to come back and slowly put them in and show you how I decorated mine and see what you think. So to start with, I'm going to go with this one. I love this color. So I'm going to get me some glue. Why these things clog up the way they do is beyond me. It's about time for a new tip. Just lightly put some glue here. Follow the edges. I'm not putting a lot of glue, and then just kind of spread it over it, just like so. Then you're going to lay this flat, and you know what? Hold up. Okay, now whenever you cut your pieces for this, you also have to take in consideration this piece here is here. So you got to cut it that much shorter for it to line up the way it's supposed to. And down we go. Raise your envelope up to make sure we didn't get any glue in there, because the last thing you want to do is glue it together. And if it overhangs just a little bit, take your little scissors, come right up the side. Just be careful not to cut the envelope, and trim off that little bit. And if you got a little white here showing, by the time you pull that flap over, you're never going to see that. And what I did with the flap, I didn't cut it exact because I want it to still fold and not catch. So it's at like a, just a smidget shorter, so that it doesn't lap over that end and keep it from folding and shutting the way that I want it to. So this goes here, just like so. And one of the other things that I did, and I thought it would be neat, I mean, because you see how much this just kind of blends with the colors. So what I have done, I made some little different pieces, and you don't have to do this, it's just alternate, but I thought it was pretty neat. And it just kind of gives it a different little look. And all I'm going to do is just kind of center this in here like this. And it gives it a little bit of a, breaks up that solid color. And there's the opening of this page. Now we're going to flip it over to here. My first page is going to be this piece right here. Isn't that pretty? So we're going to put it down, just lightly go around it. Just like so. Give it a little glue so it holds it down flush. Line it up. Just push it in firmly. Line her down. Just like so. So, I'm going to go and put all of my pages on, and I'll be right back. Here is my book. I'll open it up. There's that one. And then there's that one. So, for the spine here, I've cut down a piece of paper that's going to fit right here. I'm not sure, and you're only going to glue two sides, but I haven't cut the measurements for the back side because I want to get it to roll like I need it to roll. You know what I mean? Okay. It's down there. Get me. There we go. So now it's glued. I'm not going to glue it on this spine because this spine has to be able to flux. So I want to make sure, see what I'm saying? That spine has to be able to flux. See it there? See how it bends? So it's got to be able to flux or it will not work the way you want it to. So we don't want to glue it. I'm just going to round this around it. That's it. Just round it around it. Give it some space. And then I'm going to about measure it where the back panel is. And I'm going to cut that much off. And I'm just roughing it. Okay, there's that. Now we'll come back and just put glue lightly right here where your spine ends. And like I said, just round it. Round it back around to where these end pretty much on the same spot. Rub it in good. That way this glue seals it. Okay. Now, there's your book. And you can come back and where did it go? I don't see it. Just give it this little and it'll help light it. I mean, because it's got to learn what you're wanting it to do. Once it gets an idea, it folds pretty well the way you want it to. Okay, here it is with the spine on. Now you can take and decorate the cover with more embellishments and butterflies, whatever, you know. Same with some of the other pages, you can do more to them, but I'm not, because whenever I put things in here, I want to have the plenty of room for it to expand, because it's going to be, I think this is going to be something that I'm going to use regularly to send. You can send dies in them, you can send die cuts in them, stickers, planner things, and it would be a good way that they, you know, they can leave it in it, use it straight from the book whenever they're done with the goodies that you put in it. Then they've got a little book that they can store whatever they want to in it. So if you like my video, hit the like and subscribe. Help me keep crafting and help me keep growing. Thank you and have a blessed day.